After dire predictions that the DNC would take police attention away from crime across Chicago, crime was actually down last week across most of the city.
CBS News Chicago investigator Megan Hickey is here digging into why, and Megan, experts say CPD's preparation for the DNC played a role in this.
Right, Joe and Erica, they agree CPD was largely able to keep a handle on crime, but now the concern is that CPD won't be able to sustain that level of manpower moving forward.
While crime wasn't extinguished during the DNC, we found that with the exception of just a handful of neighborhoods, crime was down by double digits across the city during DNC week compared to the year before. Wesley Scogan of Northwestern University's Institute for Policy Research says,
things didn't work out as feared, and in many ways, things worked out to be really unexpectedly good.
I think the fact that the crime was down is positive, but I think it's more important to understand that this isn't something that was just a one-off trend. Like we've been seeing this reduction in crime for a number of years now.
Dave Olson of Loyola's Department of Criminal Justice cautioned that comparing last week's crime during the DNC to the same week the year before the way CPD did,
we saw a 26% reduction in shootings, a 31% reduction in homicides.
Doesn't take into account that those crimes have been trending down all year. The CBS News Chicago investigators found a nearly 80% drop in narcotics arrests and a 51% drop in weapons violations. Olson says that's because those crimes are largely driven by police looking for them and making arrests.
Just because the police stop making arrests for drug possession, that isn't an indicator that fewer people are using drugs. It just means that they're not looking for it, or they're not focused on it.
We found that total crime was down about 34% compared to the same period last year. The near South Side, where McCormick Place is, near West Side, where the United Center is, and the Loop all saw significant drops in crime. Experts agree more police visibility, restrictions on movement in specific areas of the city, businesses boarding up or closing early, and fewer people coming in from the suburbs may have contributed. Take a look at Metra's ridership numbers, for example, down significantly from prior weeks. Scogan says crimes that are usually impacted by police presence went down, as expected.
People stopped stealing cars. There wasn't much any vandalism. Retail thefts went down. These are all things that are really sensitive to the watchful eyes of the police department.
We also found the percentage of crimes resulting in arrests also dropped, which could be another indication of the impact of the significant drop in drugs and weapons crimes during the DNC, guys.
Thanks, Megan.